think you can do a little better than that. Are you guys ready to meet some killer whales? Great. Well, up first, she is the matriarch of our pod, meaning she is the most dominant killer whale here at SeaWorld San Diego. She is by means not the largest killer whale, but she has the most dominant personality. Ladies and gentlemen, coming out to the middle of the pool, this is going to be Miss Kasatka. Now up next is Kasatka's daughter. She is 12 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, focus your attention to the center of the pool again. Here she comes. This is going to be Kalia. She's going to make one more jump out in the middle of the pool. Now up next is Kasatka's oldest son. He is 15 years old, along with his friend who is 23 years old, and she is one of our highest jumping whales. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nakai and Shouka. And last but not least are the two youngest whales here at SeaWorld San Diego. He is 3 years old and she is 2 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Makani. And all the way across the pool, giving you one more big wave, is Amaya. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As you may know, our stadium is currently undergoing construction for our upcoming Orca Encounter. This is a brand new presentation where you, our park guests, are going to get an opportunity to learn a little bit more about our whales and see how we care for them each and every day. Now, just like you, it was my own curiosity and love for nature that led me to working right here at SeaWorld. About 7 years old, I was able to visit this park and ask the trainers a lot of questions. One of them was, how do I become a trainer? So my inspiration for the animals came from this very park, and I am joined here by a few other trainers who have been inspired just like I have. All the way off on your left-hand side is Liz. We have Connor, Summer, Missy, Sam, and Carly. We love being able to share our passion with all of you and hope to inspire you to help our natural world. Did anybody know that there are actually 10 different types of killer whales? A couple of hands raised? Perfect. Scientists refer to them as ecotypes. They live in different habitats, they have different body types, and they even pursue different types of food. Now, even though they are all very different, they are all still considered members of one species, or Sinus orca. And we have 11 whales that live here at SeaWorld San Diego. We have 5 males and 6 females, and they range in age from Amaya, who you guys met, at 2 years old, all the way up to Corky at 53 years old. Size-wise, they also have a large range. Amaya weighs in at about 1,500 pounds, and her father is our oldest whale, and he weighs in at just under 10,000 pounds. Now, just like us, they are going to eat different amounts of food as well. Amaya, she eats about 55 pounds of fish per day, whereas her father eats about 180 pounds of fish per day. If you guys take a look at them swimming around the pool, you guys can see Kalia going around. You're going to see that black and white coloration. This is called disruptive coloration, and it actually helps camouflage them out in the wild, and it helps kind of change the shape of their body and their size, so their prey may not realize that it's a killer whale that they're looking at. As they swim around again, this is Makani here. Take a look at his dorsal fin. Here he comes right over here. Dorsal fins do come in all different sizes and shapes, and one of the questions that we get asked a lot is, why do some of the dorsal fins curve? Dorsal fins have no skeletal support or bone or muscular structure to support the height and weight of the dorsal fin. If they tend to spend a lot of their time swimming around at the surface of the water, whether it's here at SeaWorld or out in the open ocean, it may start to bend and curve over. Now, contrary to that dorsal fin, the pectoral flippers on either side of their bodies do have a bone structure. Now, if you guys take a look, this is Nakai coming out. He's going to show you those pectoral flippers. And if you were to take an x-ray of his pectoral flippers and take an x-ray of your hand, they would be pretty much identical. They're going to use those paddle-shaped flippers for steering and stopping. And if you take a look at the oval patches on either side of their head, their eyes are going to be located just in front of those near the corners of their mouth. Now, those oval eye patches along with the saddle patch right behind their dorsal fin is thought to help them coordinate social interactions such as swimming and hunting. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our killer whales. Another great question that we get asked is, do the whales talk to each other? Killer whales communicate in a lot of different ways. One way is by making different sounds or vocalizations. They actually can manipulate the muscular flaps inside their blowhole to make a lot of those different sounds. Let's listen. Each type of killer whale, each pod has their own dialect, their own unique set of calls. But sometimes they use their bodies to communicate. So if you take a look out in the center of the pool, Kalia is going to give you a demonstration of just what that might look like. A jump like that is called a breach, where they're making a sound at the surface of the water. When they use their bodies to slap the water, it causes a commotion above and below the surface of the water. This can be to display a little dominance, show their excitement, or even get the attention of other whales. So we just learned how killer whales communicate with each other, but how do we communicate with them? We use hand signals, and our ongoing communication is an important part to building the strong relationships we have with the whales. Because in this connection, one of the things that we're able to do is train husbandry behaviors. Husbandry behaviors are behaviors that allow the whales to participate in their own health care. When the whales learn to roll over and offer their tail flukes, we can draw a blood sample from those tail flukes. They have a vein that runs right at the surface of those tail flukes, and the veterinarians can come out and draw that sample so we can check their health. A slide-out behavior is a behavior that allows us to weigh our whales. Now, we track this weight to make sure that the calves are growing properly and that the adults are staying at a nice and healthy weight. And if you focus your attention to your right-hand side, you're going to see an example of that slide-out behavior. High-energy behaviors such as fast swims and breaches are behaviors that you see here at SeaWorld as well as in the wild. Killer whales do possess a large amount of power and strength, and they are among one of the fastest of the marine mammals. Let's take a look. Killer whales can swim up to speeds of about 28 miles per hour. But what is even more impressive than that is their ability to be able to lift all of their weight, whether it is 1,500 pounds or Ulises at 10,000 pounds, all the way up and out of the water. Take a look. All right, now it is time for you guys to get a sneak peek of how we train our whales. We're going to be working on a training session with Kalia. Now, Kalia is going to be working on a behavior that's going to be new for our Orca Encounter. It is called carousel hunting, where the whales are going to be swimming around in a circle and being able to encircle the fish to be able to eat them. Now, we have a lot of different tools that allow us to train our whales. One of those tools is that whistle that's around our neck. When you hear that whistle sound, it tells the whales that they have done the correct behavior. And we also have a sound that plays underneath the water for the whales. That way we can communicate to them anywhere in the pool that they have done that correct behavior. We also have what's called a target pull. It's what I'm holding right now. It's a big long stick with, looks like a Q-tip on the end. And the whales are trained to touch different parts of their body to the bead of that target pole. And it allows us to shape the different behaviors that you see, whether it's a jump right out in front of you guys, or even just something right here in front of us. So what we're looking for Kalia to do is go in that nice circular behavior. So Missy's going to show her the signal. So we train all of our behaviors in baby steps or approximations, and along with each of those behaviors, there is a signal that's paired along with it. So she did a great job following that target pole, but what we're looking for her to do is stay at the surface of the water. So Missy's going to try right here in front of her. So Missy's giving her that signal, and then she's going to show her to follow around in that circular behavior. So there she goes. She kind of dunked under the water just a little bit, but she's starting to go a little bit again. And there was that nice circular pattern that we were looking for. Now you guys may have just seen Missy give her some fish. So we can use a lot of different types of ways to reinforce the whales. We have that fish. We also can use snow and ice and jello, toys, a nice big rub down. So those are all different ways that we can reinforce them, so it's not the same thing each and every time. So we're going to try it one more time. We switched out the target pole, so we have different size target poles that allow us to work different areas of the pool. So she has a little bit smaller one right now. So here she goes. She's going to come up and around in that circular behavior. Here she comes. You can see her coming back around towards that target pole. And there she started making that first circle, and she's coming back around one more time for another lap around. There she was a little bit slower, and she sounded that whistle, and she did a great job. Let's give it up for Kalia. Another role that our whales fulfill here at SeaWorld is participation in research projects. These guys participate in a lot of research projects throughout the year with scientists from around the country. Now, in 2016, our whales participated in 9 research projects. Scientists out in the field can use this information to make sure that ocean habitats are healthy enough for them to survive. All right, you guys, now it is my favorite part of the presentation where you guys get to see just exactly what our whales are capable of. Those of you guys over on my left-hand side, you guys are in our splash zone. So if you guys do not want to get wet, you're going to want to move out of the way. Shouka, Kasatka, Makani, Amaya, and Kalia. Orcas truly are an amazing species, but their ocean habitats are facing a lot of challenges. A great way that you can help out is by remembering your 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now again, we thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the rest of your day here